So here we are. It is day 7, and I decided to show you what I am taking for my rheumatoid arthritis. So start out here. This is hydroxychloroquine, 200 milligrams. I'm supposed to take 2 of these. It says you can do it either one in the morning, one at night, or you just take them together. I take these together. I typically take them at night. So that's one. Here is 3% of diclofenac, sulfate, JK, sodium. Usually they come in like 1%. I know you can get this over the counter, but this is prescription. It's a little bit more, it's at 3%. I typically use this just about every day. Then I am also taking vitamin D at 50,000 IU. I am not entirely sure what IU is, but I do know that based on a few videos that I've just recently watched, is that this could actually act as a steroid, or not necessarily a steroid, but it kind of takes the place of it, and it's less harsh on your body. More times than not, people of color are deficient of vitamin D, and then if you have an autoimmune disease, you also are more than likely deficient in vitamin D. And so right now I was severely deficient, and right now I'm taking a really high dosage, but I'm only taking it twice per week, and I will need a refill probably here in 2 weeks. And so I'm just supposed to be on this for 6 months and getting refilled every, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, I believe. But based off the research that I've done so far, it's very minimal, but I think that there is a direct correlation with how much vitamin D that you're taking. But I still need to do a little bit more research. I haven't really dove into it, especially with my rheumatologist as well. But I just know that I was deficient, and I really need to get my vitamin D up. Also, my white blood cell count was extremely low, and it has been low, and we're trying to figure out what's the reason for that. So if anyone knows, I know it's like fighting off infections and whatnot, but we have been concerned because in the last blood test, the count was still low. I actually did last week a ultrasound of my spleen, my kidneys, all of that, to see if there was something going on there. My liver is slightly enlarged, but nothing too crazy from the results. But I still think I have more tests to do based on the phone call that I got today, that we are going to wait and do another blood test in July and see if my white blood cell count has increased. This is the steroid that I've been taking, and for some said, hey, it's harsh on your body, you shouldn't be taking this. I am not extremely long-term. It has only been probably 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, since I've taken prednisone at 5 milligrams a tablet. And so they started me out with 8 tablets. 8 tablets for 3 days, and then I went from 8 to 7, and then for another 3 days, and then 6 tablets for 3 days, and I am at 5 tablets, and today was my last day at 5 tablets. So tomorrow I will be at 4 tablets, and for the next 3 days. So this took about 6 days to really get into my system, to really start. And I've been taking this, and I believe it's helped. Of course, I've had some bad days. If you didn't see, what was that, yesterday, or maybe that was 2 days ago. Really bad day. Started out good, but ended up just being a train wreck of a day. But that's how things go with RA. And then I'm also taking naproxen to where the cool thing is that my mother-in-law is a nurse practitioner, and she works for my rheumatologist that I see. So she has helped in a lot of this to facilitate me getting seen, getting my blood work, all of those things done. But I am taking, I believe she said that I could take, I can't even remember the dosage, but I take 3 of the naproxen in the morning and also take 3 of the naproxen at night. Also for my prednisone, I am taking this first thing in the morning, eating it or eating breakfast. I say breakfast, I usually just do like a toast and then a full glass of water, taking the prednisone. And then I do not have the bottle for this, but it is glucosamine sulfate, maybe? Something like that. But I am taking that as a supplement. I don't really know how long that takes to kick in. My mother-in-law was like, hey, some people just take this and they feel fine. But these are all the pills that I am taking. And so really at one point, let's see, that was 8. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was taking like 16 pills at one point, and then just tapers off. Now, of course, I'm adding all the prednisone, but that's a lot of stuff for someone who didn't really take anything unless they were like dying, to going to taking multiple medication every single day. It is discouraging because it's like, man, I am healthy. I say healthy, 35, I'm young, for the most part in shape, fit, but my body doesn't feel like it. My mental doesn't feel like it at times. It is absolutely just, I could see, and not a lot of people talk about it, and the doctor didn't even say anything about it, is that there is a direct correlation with your mental aspect, with your how you carry yourself, how you see yourself when you're going through all of this. This is not fun at all. This is going the ups and downs of feeling good to not feeling good to feeling terrible to feeling okay to not want to get out of the bed to not want to do anything. It takes a toll on you, and I didn't realize that going through it and being in it until I was like, gosh, you know what? This stinks. Like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out of the bed because it hurts when I get out of the bed. Or it's going to be a long day of pain and suffering. It's just the mental aspect. I think there should be more, or should at least be talked about when, first of all, it's hard to get a RA diagnosis, but then it's like, hey, you're going to go through some of these things and it's going to mess with you. You need to be able to talk to someone, talk it through, talk with people who have it, and you know what has worked for them. Like I feel like there's not enough resources, and I may be saying that and I just haven't looked, but I feel there's not a space to help not only people, because it happens to people of all ages, but younger people to deal with a disease that no one can see. No one really understands unless they have it. I've talked to a few people to where, and I've shared what's going on, and there is a barrier because on the outside, I look perfectly fine. On the inside, my body is attacking itself. And not only that, I am portraying that I'm fine and moving one step forward each day and doing all things. And if you have kids, you still have to be a father, you still have to be a husband, all of these things that you still have to do, yet you are in pain, and people don't understand that. It's hard to identify with that. And so, yeah, this is a roller coaster that I'm really ready to get off of. But I know that may not be the case. So it's like, okay, how can we manage all of this? And so some of the things that I'm about to put into practice is going plant-based, maybe going vegan, just watching what I'm eating. I know based on a little bit of research that may help, but it's like, what can I do to get into remission? I would like to get there. I think I was at some point, because I wasn't having flare-ups until I was. And so now it's like, how do we get back to that? How do we naturally, and more than likely, I would like it to be naturally, but I'm not opposed to taking the drugs either, just because I don't want to hurt. Now, long term, between my rheumatologist, between my mother-in-law, who is also advising, I don't want to do anything that's going to cause extreme long-term damage with harsh drugs. But I do want to get better. I want to feel a sense of normality, because right now, as you know it, we are in constant discomfort, constant pain, and it's not fun. But that was a lot. That was, I didn't know that it was going to go this way, but here are the meds. Here's what I'm taking. Here's what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for being here. This is day 7, actually. And again, I'll see you tomorrow.